Hey everybody, this is Scotty with Sketchy's Garage, and tonight we're going to talk about last night's episode of Street Outlaws. First off, we'll start with the 405 show. Doc had a really bad wreck. It didn't look good at all. It kind of looked like he maybe could have got out of it a little bit sooner and been able to save it, but once you get out of control, you're basically out of control. I don't know if maybe the pressure from the Big Chief and the other guys to really step it up was in his head and caused him to push it a little bit further than what he normally would have, or if he just kind of had a mental lapse. The thing I want to ask you guys, do you think the cars are getting out of control as far as the speeds and stuff? Do you think they need to tame them down a little bit more for the streets? Me personally, I just would hate for one of them times for them to walk up on a car that's been wrecked and the driver not be okay. So far, they've been very fortunate. Nobody's got seriously injured. But I think that's probably 8 to 10 wrecks in the last couple of years. That's been pretty horrific. To me, I think they're tempting fate. I think maybe they should step in and maybe re-examine what they're doing, and maybe just at the very least have a little bit better safety guidelines going forward. That's my opinion. You guys let me know in the comments below. The next thing I want to talk about is the 405. Are they falling into old habits? And what I mean by that is 405 are very fast. If you give them a surface that they can test on and get it down. But it's showing that they seem to struggle on virgin roads or new roads to them. And the reason why I kind of say this is they're racing to find the top 5 to send to the top 20 list. But to me, they're still racing on the same street. You know, they've already got probably 40 passes on that road. And then they said that they've been testing on the road too. So if each driver's got 3 or 4 test passes, you know, the road that they're racing on has got 100 passes or so on it. Is that going to set them up for failure later on down the road? Because there's definitely a big difference between a road that's got 100 passes on it and a road that's got 0 passes on it. That's my thinking on it. You guys let me know in the comments below. We're going to move on to the Mega Cash days. Last night, Jeff Lutz came out and said MSO is brilliant. And he was talking about the way MSO always does a dry hop. To me, I don't know if that was taken out of context or something, but to me, that's obviously the whole time that's what MSO's been doing. Do you guys think that it was taken out of context and kind of worked that way to make the 405 look a little funny? Or do you think it was just something he said and 100% meant? You guys let me know in the comments below. Next thing I want to talk about is Ryan Martin is pretty much the only guy left from the 405. He's made some really good passes and he struggled a little bit. Do you guys think he's going to be able to gather it up and represent 405 proud and pull off the win? Or do you think he's going to end up struggling and not even make the top 8? You guys let me know in the comments below. The next question I got for you guys, are you surprised at the amount of 405 left versus the amount of MSO left? I know if we would have asked at the very beginning of the show, you'd asked 100 people, most of them would have said by far 405 would have a lot more people left in it than MSO. Here we are at I think it's the last 16, and it's the other way. I think there's 1 or 2 OKC guys left. I think Ryan Martin and maybe Robin Roberts. I'm just going to say he's affiliated with OKC, and I think there's 4 or 5 MSO people left. I think you'd have asked at the very beginning, a lot of people would have definitely went with the 405, and MSO would have been like kind of snickered at, but they've definitely proved that they're legit and serious. Next thing I want to talk about is Frank Hella Fast. I really like that guy's enthusiasm. To me, he made the show pretty enjoyable to watch because you could tell without a doubt he was having the time of his life and he was genuinely happy. And you don't really get that a whole lot. And me personally, the question I have for you, would you like to see Frank in the future on some more Street Outlaw shows, or Was he just a little bit too much for you guys? Alright guys, my last question for you guys is, are MSO the best on a real street? And what I kind of mean by that is, last night's episode, everybody pretty much struggled to get down. The road did look like it was a little bit better, but it still looked like it was still pretty green. But if you notice, all the MSO guys made a fairly clean lick. Heifer, she made a really nice pass. They said it looked like it was probably the fastest pass of the night. So I asked you guys, do you think they're the best on a real street, or do you think there's someone else out there that's better? I will tell you one thing that you'll see the MSO guys do is when they do their dry hop, you know, they don't just go to a computer and change a tune. You can watch them a lot of times. They'll make a wheelie bar adjustment, or they'll crawl up under the car and make a shock adjustment. Hell, I've even seen them pull the hood off and make a strut adjustment. So I think the dry hops, they definitely use them to their advantage the best that they can. You guys let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.